right, so Emma, thanks so much for coming in. Really excited to move forward with this. You know, I was nervous at first that the shoulders were going to be a little too flared up to keep going, but honestly, it seems like the neck and the posture seem to be the main culprit, at least in my opinion. I think the shoulders are tired. I think they're fatigued, at least during, a stroke there. But I think the neck, it was just, at least today, it was the most important thing to work on. That might be different tomorrow, might be different in 2 weeks, but right now, most concerned about the neck more than anything. So we have 2 neck stretches that I definitely want to do on repeat. Probably more important than stretching is going to be just kind of general posture and awareness, but we'll get into that. So 2 neck stretches and then a couple shoulder moves to keep the shoulders happy. So first and foremost, we need to stretch that neck. We had 2 in here. First one is ear to shoulder, and then provide just a little bit of extra pressure there. Don't need to go crazy and crank on it. I want everything comfortable. This stretches that opposite side. I'm not big on counting reps or timing on this, just a good long stretch, and that's plenty, and move on. I don't care if you do one long one or do a bunch of little ones, just we need to address it. This is stuff that just can happen. Gosh, you can do this any chance you get. Boom. So side, ear to shoulder, nice and easy. Don't let that shoulder come with it. The opposite side stays down. We even did one today sitting on the hand. Sometimes that helps too. So side stretches for the neck, great. Other neck muscle. This one was the second one here is actually a little bit tighter today. That's the armpit stretch. So you're gonna turn about a 45, tuck your chin, and then pull down like you're smelling your own armpit. Love this one. Very tight and tender back there. When that's tight, then the shoulder has to work that much harder to kind of overcome. I really think neck tightness, neck tension was getting in the way. So 45 degrees with a good pull. 45 degrees with a good pull. Can't do that enough. In general, again, the neck was tight. I think we know why, getting into that bad posture. So again, our 2 posture cues we had today, tight belly, shoulder blades back, boom, we have perfect posture now. I know you can do it. The question is now making it a habit. Put this in your notebook at school, put this on your phone, homepage, whatever you can do to remind yourself to have that. Again, you can even have good posture and still have that neck tension. All right, so just this slouch is only half the equation. I want to definitely remedy that slouch. And that needs to be first and foremost on our mind right now. But then along with that is really pulling those shoulders down. I feel like there's such that tendency for these guys to rise up. That's when they get tight. So pull the shoulders down to the floor. When we did that and then went through some shoulder motions, there was hardly any pain. When we were up in this position and we did shoulder motions, there was pain. So shoulders down is kind of really the best cue right now, along with all this other posture. All right. We had 2 shoulder moves. One was the band, elbows in, rotating outward. I don't care if we do, I know I mentioned, doing reps. I was kind of in that 10 to 20 range. I also thought about it too, because there tends to be a little bit of pain the further we go out. I'd almost be fine if we just kind of do one and hold, right? And just kind of one long rep, maybe 10, 20-second rep. I just want to address these muscles. We're not necessarily trying to make them super duper strong quite yet. They might be a little bit too sore to get there today. But the hope is we just address them and let them know the help is on the way. All right. Another thing is elbow position. When the elbows were forward, we did that. That was uncomfortable, again, because it kind of puts us in that forward bad posture. When the elbows are back, what do you know? Good posture, things were a little bit easier. So make sure the elbows are kind of back and they want to stay in. We don't want to flare these guys out. Shoulders in either reps or holds, totally up to you. But I love this one. It strengthens the shoulders, also stretches that chest and gives us good posture. No, we didn't do this one in-house today, but I just thought, a nice good cross chest, pull your arm across your chest. That will open up kind of that area that's sore. That's a good stretch for those muscles. So that's just maybe pre and post practice there, just kind of when it's called for. I like this one a lot. As far as any workout modifications. I don't really see anything like that yet. I'd say keep going through practice as able. It sounds like we're turning the corner and already getting better. So I don't want to change anything yet, at least as far as rest and all goes. I'm hoping calming down the neck and getting a little more action in the shoulders, a little more awareness in the shoulders. I think we'll turn everything the right way, but obviously we'll know when we know. So a few more practices in, we'll kind of see how we're going. I will follow up with you guys here in a few days or a week at the most, and we'll kind of see how we're doing. I think long term, I would love to meet again. I said long term, a couple weeks, I'd love to meet again, work on the neck, work on the shoulders, and kind of keep prepping. I think right now, we just want to make sure that we're pointed in the right direction, and then I know what I'm talking about. If we get, 2 weeks down the road and there hasn't been a big change, then yeah, definitely I'd love to get in here and kind of reassess. But my hope is this will calm down a lot of this acute issue that we have going on. Once we're kind of over that hump, great, I'd love to meet again and kind of tackle bigger issue stuff as far as growth spurt, general upper body strengthening, general postures, things like that. I don't want to get too sport specific, swim specific if we don't have to, because really we're trying just to be better athletes in general, not just necessarily better at a single stroke or anything like that. So again, neck side to side, armpit stretch, stretching these shoulders when we need to, going across, and then the band going out. I know that sounds like a lot, but shoot, you can knock them all out in about 30 seconds or a minute total. Let's see how it goes. I will follow up next week. Definitely reach out to me if you guys have any questions whatsoever. I do think we've dodged a bit of a bullet as far as injury goes, but again, kind of just general tightness, general ache might linger for a little while. As long as we stay as dull and slightly better each day, we're getting there. Yeah. Thanks so much for coming in. I can't wait to follow up soon. And like I say, next time we meet, hopefully we're talking bigger and better. But we'll go from there. All right, guys, take care. Bye.